What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, listen, I want to talk about a story that happened on Saturday, this past Saturday out there in San Antonio, where a 65-year-old man lost his life in Walmart parking lot at an area Walmart at the hands of a 13-year-old child who tried to take his car in a carjacking attempt that went awry. Now, the thing that's crazy about this story is this child right now faces capital murder charges at 13 years old, all for the thrill of wanting to joyride and take possessions of somebody else. I don't know what makes these young children nowadays flip their lids and go and do crazy things, but a gun for some reason makes people think they are on the level of anybody they come across, no matter if the person's bigger, stronger, or older than them. A lot of things can go wrong when you pull a gun on somebody. You could lose your life, or the gun can actually go off and somebody else can lose their life. Either way, it's a bad combination and always a recipe for disaster. And this right here is one of the things that can happen. I mean, I'm at a loss for words, because Texas don't play when it comes to stuff like this. Capital murder. And he's only 13 years old, guys. I don't even want to get into it right now. This is heartbreaking to me. Take a look at the story.
New today at 5, a teenage boy now has some man-sized troubles. He's facing a capital murder charge in connection with a deadly shooting and attempted carjacking. That shooting happening in a busy parking lot in broad daylight.
And Katrina Weber tells us how police managed to quickly track down that suspect.
A murder investigation begins where a man's life ended, in a parking lot near Blanco Road and Wurzbach Parkway. San Antonio police say things took a deadly turn for 65-year-old Mohammed Pazir outside this Walmart Saturday afternoon. They say someone tried to take his car at gunpoint in broad daylight.
There was a situation that escalated where the suspect shot the victim, and then the victim was pronounced deceased in the parking lot.
Investigators questioned numerous shoppers who witnessed the crime, trying to find the shooter. This morning, a police report revealed they arrested a 13-year-old boy in connection with the bungled carjacking. They say the only thing he ended up taking was a life.
The suspects fled the scene. They did not steal the victim's vehicle.
Police weren't sure right away how many people were involved in the crime. Witnesses provided a description of the car they saw speeding away.
Police say they tracked down the getaway car in this neighborhood. This is Sahara Drive, about 3 miles away from the crime scene. Now, they say that they ended up taking 4 people into custody here who were trying to get away in that car.
The person who they found behind the wheel is the same one who they believe pulled the trigger, the 13-year-old. Police say he admitted to shooting Pazir. Because he's a child, they have not released his name, but he faces a full-grown list of criminal charges, including capital murder. Even before the shooting, police say the suspect had trouble with the law and had an outstanding warrant. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
That's the news of the situation this young man has put himself in. And you've seen, they said, a young boy got grown man problem. That's the thing. Nowadays, when you step up to a man or you do what men do, you get what men do. I mean, you get what men get when they do such things as this. Now, capital murder usually carries the risk of getting the death penalty. At 13 years old, he will not get that. If anything, he'll get life if they find him, convict him of capital murder. But think about it. 13 years old, he don't even know what life is. Probably can't even spell it. They said this dude had a history of getting in trouble with the law, and only 13 years old. Saturday afternoon, where's your parents don't, where's his parents at? Where's his father? And I think a lot of that stems from that. There are a lot of people out here, a lot of times when boys don't have fathers or father figures in their life that are both impressionable and worthy of respect, a fearful respect. You understand what I'm saying? Things like this happen all the time, and they look for validation and leadership other places, whether it's peer pressure or other ways amongst people that are like them. somewhere down the line, like I said, he has a history of getting in trouble. He don't have a fearful respect to somebody. Like me, I'll give you an example. And a lot of you guys are older, you know, we respected and feared our fathers. Or we feared, you know, people that were in our house that was given permission to bust our asses. Nowadays, these kids don't have that. A lot of these mothers now, these single mothers that have kids, tell other people, hey, don't put your hands on my son, whether they family or not. And that gives these children a sense of being more emboldened because ain't nobody going to touch them except their mom. This boy, 13 years old. When I was 13, I was in what, 8th grade? I wasn't getting hit no more. A woman can't really hurt him. He might be, depending on the size of this kid. How old were y'all when y'all stopped getting beatings? And they don't. And then after a while, parents stop talking to you. They hit you with this, get out my face. You should never do that when you have children. Never do that. Because they never have to answer for things that they do. And it's a lesson that teaches them as far as, you know, not being held accountable. When you tell them to get out your face because you get tired of talking, they're going to get tired when people start talking to them. And it creates a lot of what we see out here when we see people getting pulled over and they can't follow a lawful command, then get shot in the ass or punched in the face, or they feel as though they ain't got to listen to no police. And it's a bunch of stuff out here, man. Basic human teachings and upbringing we're missing. That's why you're starting to see a lot of people out here that are grown throwing tantrums, and you can't understand the mindset of these people when they get caught doing an act. They cry when you put the handcuffs on, or other things. Or they're a victim after they victimize somebody else. This little boy should not be in jail, y'all. He shouldn't be in jail. Whether it was him being put in the proper environment or him being put in the proper situation. Something turned him sour on the inside out, and not just him, a lot of kids out here. You shot a 65-year-old man that was coming out of Walmart or going into Walmart. Either way, he was minding his business. All because you wanted to ride in the car. Then they said he was the driver when they caught him. And then when he got caught, what did he say? I did it. You admitted to it. You would have shot that man like it was GTA and went home, ate dinner, laughed with your siblings, and went to sleep. We have serious problems out here with the upbringing and the mindset we're creating in these new human beings. The laws need to change. They do. Somebody need to be held accountable for what this guy did to this man. They should. Think about this. You get the call. Hey, Miss Pazier. Yeah. Sad news. Your husband's up at Walmart. Dead in the parking lot. Somebody tried to take his car. It was a kid. People say, you go up there and find your husband, your father, your grandfather with a fucking sheet on in the parking lot. For what? Because some kid wanted to run and drive in the car and act like he was him? Hell, most of us as adults hate driving. I just drove back to from North Carolina to Houston and wanted to chew my own leg off. Everybody's in a rush to be grown, but they don't want to be grown here. They want to be grown with what they see. Everything that's out here that you break your neck and risk your life to get, you will get anyway. It's a patience game. It's not your time yet, young people. And that's the thing nowadays, man. I don't know if it's technology that's making kids stupid, but it's nobody wants to wait for nothing. And everybody has a quitter's mentality that's young. You don't want to work for nothing. You don't want to go down the journey. We all have a journey. Nobody wants to make that walk. They either, if it's not close enough to run without running out of breath, ain't worth making the journey. Ain't worth the time and the energy. Everything is quick, 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 quick. The world don't work like that. We have a certain amount of daylight hours, a certain amount of nighttime hours. No matter how many people run on the earth at the same time, it ain't gonna make it spin no damn faster. You can learn a lot from nature and the universe. But it's like a lot of the stuff that we see that are signs from God and signs from, nature that put us on the right path, including the upbringing of our children and shielding them from negative influences that can lead them astray. We ignore them a lot of times. And this is the outcome. This boy had a history. I feel nothing for his parents. It's unfortunate he's in that position. But I mean, I think honestly, him by himself didn't put him there. And that's real. May Mr. Muhammad Bazir rest in peace. And may his family have some type of now he got a long road of recovery. But think about it. Just going to Walmart cost this man his life. What if his wife called and said, hey, honey, stop by Walmart and get something? How you think she feel? What if he went to go get medication for a sick grandchild? And he had to pick this prescription up. See, nobody thinks of stuff like this. When I do these stories, I want you guys to really think from an empathetic level of what brings two strangers' paths across each other and the outcome, being what it is. Because a lot of times everybody say, oh, this is nothing but God. I don't think God has anything to do with circumstance sometimes. I would be pissed if that was my relative. I would. And I would push for the death penalty. I don't give a damn if he was 2 years old. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. If anybody get mad, maybe they can take his place in the injection table, because this is stupid. We all internally, whether we want to admit it or not, know right or wrong. Now, I'm sure this guy knew not to take something that ain't yours. But the lure and excitement of what he was doing was greater than his own life. And he just threw it away. How can I feel sorry for that? Or his family? I'll see you in the next video. Take care.